everyone. Sorry for being late. So today it's going to be very interesting. I have good news. My video for the DOC's drawing thing, it's basically done. The drawings are all finished. The edit, the recording, the scripting, all done. The editing is still being done, but almost done as well. I just need to do like a few assets for the video. Aside from that, it's basically finished, which is pretty great. So let's see who's here. Hello, yeah, sisters, welcome. Hello, Lila, welcome. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work on the few assets that I need to have finished before I can finish up the editing of the video. I can't tell you, I can't tell you an exact date of when the thing is going to be finished, because I am taking my master's, as you all know, and we are starting to get to those finishing weeks where basically we have a mountain of work to go through. I have so many stuff to write. I cannot tell you how sort of frustrating it is, but I'm trying my best to still be somewhat active in the channel. Actually, I'm trying to be even more active than before. So yeah, let's see how this goes. When it comes to future streams, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to stream on Friday, and on Friday we'll probably stream Deltaroon. If you didn't see, on Saturday and last Friday, I streamed Deltaroon Chapter 1. It's still on the channel if you want to look it up. And we're probably gonna stream again on Friday. It depends a little bit of how behind I am on my work, but hopefully I'll be able to, because thankfully in Portugal, Thursday is a holiday. So I'll see what I can do. Aside from that, I don't know. I kind of wanted to do one on Monday as well, but I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to. Well, either way, with that being said, let's begin. Let me just up. Okay, there you are. So this is basically a few sprites that I want to put on my video. You'd think that because I have a VTuber model, I could use my VTuber model as in the beginning of the videos. I sort of do that, but I've been doing that, but I've seen that the character isn't as expressive as I want her to be, so I decided to just hand draw a few sprites here and there to just put in the videos and then use the VTuber model for my streams. Hello, Rascal, welcome! Okay, so what we're going to do today is basically just finalize a few expressions that I already have. So this is the neutral one. This is the nervous one. This is the thinking one. This is the love. And this is the greeting, hello, and she has like her arms super wide. I really love this expression in particular. So I think we can start with this one maybe. So yeah. I'll just do a folder for it. And I'll start to ink. So I've been using a really cool pen for inking. It's I unfortunately cannot say the name because it's in Japanese. Oh, thank you! Thank you! But aside from that, let's see. Is too much? I've been trying to use more my my little drawing tablet, like the one with, because I use a one with display, and I have one without the display, and without the display one, I use it to, I want to try and use it for when I go out. So like if I want to draw in college or on my way to college. Fun fact, I did work on the thumbnail for the Deltaroon stream on my way to college on a moving train. So but yeah, thank you. At this point, I think I need to use all the time I can, to be completely honest, and I'm trying to get better at it. I've also done, and I don't think you should emulate this part actually, but I started to mostly work during night. So basically, and I've seen this before where people kind of, because they don't have a lot of time during the day, they kind of procrastinate going to sleep. And that's basically what I've been doing for a while. Thankfully, I don't usually have stuff to do in the morning, so it ends up being okay. Since last drawing stream, we have a couple good things. Oh, I forgot to ask. I do have the option. This is you're listening right now to Ace Attorney music, but if you want, I do have the option of using Deltaroon and Undertale music if you guys want. So let me just put a poll. Let me see. How can I do that? Oh yeah. What music do you want? Deltaroon, Undertale. Oh, Tale. There you go, you have a poll that you can answer, and I can change the music if you guys want another thing. I've also done a community post where I basically say I've started to do the drawing 6 fan art challenge. I kind of miss those types of challenges. A few years back there was the color wheel challenge, and I really liked the color wheel challenge. Especially because I could interact with you guys a lot. I could interact with you guys a lot. You guys would choose the characters, I would draw them, and I thought it would be like these challenges of the 6 character fan arts. I think that has the same vibe to it. I really wanted to participate. If you guys want, you can still go to the community post. You can write the characters that you would like me to draw, and then I don't know if I'm gonna do it today, but maybe tomorrow I'll do a poll to see which character in the first round wins, and then I'll draw that character. Both are such good soundtracks, but I had to vote Deltaroon Undertale. I've got Deltaroon on the mind. I did too. I did too. Before the stream, I think you were here, right, Rascal? Saturday I tried to beat Javel on his boss fights. I couldn't do it on stream, so I ended up someone on stream told me, "Oh, basically you can just continue the game and then use another save state to play that again, and then because Deltaroon is so cool, you get to still have the same things." I had to leave early, but yeah, I was there. Yeah, so someone told me that it didn't matter if I didn't do it on my first try, because if I went and actually got to fight him and win, I would still get the items in my normal save state. Before the stream, I tried to beat Javel again, and Javel is just too hard. And I've seen people say that to this day, despite Deltaroon having a total of 4 chapters, the hardest boss is still Javel. So, I mean, I can understand why, to be completely to me, like the spade attack is pretty terrible to me. It's really hard to dodge. I did look up how to dodge it, and I was able to do it once or twice. The carousel attack is still kicking my ass. I cannot finish it. I always get hit. I think it's because there are so many carousels that it kind of overloads. It kind of overstimulates. That's a shame. So I've had the vote up for a little bit, so I'll stop the poll. And so Undertale won by 100%, so it was unanimous. So I'm gonna change it real quick. Hold on. Okay. That battle looks so hard, oh my god. Yes, yeah, it was. And the thing is, I'm not super good with games. Like, I love games, but I'm not like an incredible player, you know what I mean? So I was having a lot of trouble with it. Still, I'm getting better and better the more I play it, so eventually I'll probably be able to do it, just not right now. But I'll keep at it. Maybe I'll be able to beat it. Maybe I'll be lucky and I'll be able to beat it. Also, just so you know, please don't tell me any spoilers for the other chapters, because I've only played until chapter 2. So yeah, and it's been really hard to dodge all the spoilers, but I've been able to dodge most of them. My computer is... Maybe I have too much stuff open. Hold on, let me just finish. With a few apps. Some of them are pretty... What I don't like about streaming art is that I think it's a bit too hard on my computer. Oh, it should be fine. We also had Secrets of the Mimic the other day. I've seen the entire playthrough. I'm not going to play it just because it is a type of game that I love FNaF. I would not be able to play it. I get very nervous very easily, and I think I wouldn't have a lot of fun because I would always be sort of scared. Which, that's the point. It's just, to me, horror games aren't always fun because of it. Despite me loving it, loving them as a storytelling device. So, for example, a while back, I got Yomawari, which is a 2D, very cute horror game, and I've opened it like once and then never again because I'm a bit too scared of playing it. So hopefully I'll play it on Halloween this year, or maybe we'll play Little Goody Two Shoes because that's another one that I really love. So that would be nice. But anyway, we got Secrets of the Mimic, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but it was fine. I liked it. It seems like it has the potential to, like, I'm not gonna say mess things up, but I guess it changes a lot of what we know about the franchise, to a point where I don't know if people will like it, because I think the changes implied are pretty big. I've seen a stream last night where they were discussing that. They basically said that their main theory is that Gregory, because you guys know how Gregory kind of looks like the crying child. They basically say, oh, Gregory isn't supposed to look like the crying child, he's supposed to look like David. But because Scott didn't tell Stillwell the story that he was going for, now it kind of looks like both. So David looks like Gregory, Gregory looks like the crying child, and now it's a bit of a mess. So, or at least that's the idea that they were going with. And I don't know, the evidence they gave was pretty compelling. I don't know how to feel if that is in fact the intention. Because they did say, oh, well, it's a bit weird if it happens like once or twice, but if it happens like 20 times, then it's no longer a coincidence, you know? And I saw that, I was like, yeah, it's pretty weird. And they've been trying to tell the story of Fall Fest for a while, so they definitely have been... And the Fall Fest ends up being pretty critical in the story of Secrets of the Mimic, in my opinion anyway. So I don't know. get in trouble with copyright because of the music. Let's see. Because when I played Undertale, I did get copyrights. I didn't get copyrights. It's different. It's my content was sort of demonetized because of it. Sounds a bit puzzling, yeah. Yeah. I genuinely, when I finished seeing, because I saw Doko play it, and I genuinely, at the end, I was like, I can't wait for game theory or Raito's John from FNaF and others to try and explain what the hell just happened, because I really don't know what to make of it. Especially because, like, they introduced a new character. They introduced Arnold, and I'm like, would they introduce a character just for the sake of introducing a character, or would they then use it later as like an important part? Because FNaF usually does that, or maybe they'll use. Maybe they don't have a specific plan for Arnold, and then a few games after this one they'll be like, no, actually Arnold was very important, actually. Because, like, Scott Cawthon, I love the guy, I love the series he made. It does make up a lot of a lot of the story as he goes. That's okay. A lot of people do that, but the problem is that because we're never told the story straight, we kind of... It's a bit weird, right? Because if you go by things that we know for a fact, that's very little. Thankfully, Steelwool has been trying to give stories, kind of tell them a little bit more clearly. In part, I think it's because the team is mostly comprised of people that worked in the animation industry, so they kind of like to tell stories a certain way. And, you know, they're working with Scott, so obviously they'll have a bit of input as well. Now, FNaF also has the thing with the books, which, love it or hate it, is something that is clearly being used, maybe not as a one-to-one thing, but definitely inspiration for the games, because I think in the one of the creators had a interview with John from FNaF, and they kind of said that they have been working along with the books, as in they've been kind of involved with the story of the books as well. They've been taking it as inspiration. They've inspired parts of the book as well. Because if I remember correctly, there was a book that was delayed because they wanted to change a few things so that it could fit better with the final design of the Pizzaplex. Yeah, if you go back, it's kind of clear he wasn't thinking FNaF was gonna be as huge as it was, so there wasn't much story coherence, which is fine, of course. You never know what's gonna get big and when. Yeah. No, definitely. And I think... Look, I'm saying that the story isn't particularly coherent, But I think Scott was pretty smart because despite the story not being incredibly coherent, we are really, really stuck in the story. Like, we got sucked in by the mystery and we just want to know. At this point, I've been a fan for almost 10 years. And I'm like, I can't give up on this. I need to know what actually happened. So, in that way, it kind of got fans forever, right? At least it got me. I need to know what happened. It's just kind of funny to look back now and make it a little interesting to try and knit it all together into something. Yeah, I do kind of miss the days where our problems were, we were. Do you guys remember when everyone was like, well, this animatronic can't be the same because this animatronic has 4 fingers and this one has 3 fingers, and this can't be this because in this sprite he has a button, and in this sprite he has 2 buttons, and then in the model he has 3. Our problems back then, I don't know, sometimes I miss the old days of FNaF, but I can also appreciate modern day FNaF. It did make engaging lore. I remember thinking like, oh, I need to basically learn to write like him, and then as I grew up, I was like, oh wait, no, I don't need to learn how to write like him. I need to know how to engage like him. So like I said, the story's a bit incoherent, but the story is incredibly engaging. Yeah, I'm all about the lore too. Because like I said, I really love FNaF, but FNaF is one of those games that leave me really nervous. Because I get anxious really easily. So I end up not playing those games. I think I did try. I think I did try to play the demo of the original ones, but I didn't make it very far. I was also a kid at the time, so maybe if I try it now, it would be different. Because like at the time I was like, what, 12? Yes, that's a good distinction. Yeah, I think so. Because I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that he's a terrible writer, because he's objectively not. He did create a very engaging narrative. It's just the way it's told, it's a bit messy for your traditional type of storytelling. But again, that doesn't mean it's bad. Oh, it's super hot in here. Hold on, I'm gonna turn on the fan. Okay, it should be fine now. I don't know why I do this like all the time. Every year I do the same thing where during the winter I don't stream like a single time, and then it's in the beginning of summer I'm like, I'm gonna stream like a lot. And then I complain about the the weather being too hot. It's always the same thing every year. I've been trying to find ways to cool down my room, but it's a bit hard. I did get a cool fan though. That helps a little. I kind of promised I wouldn't use it, but it's too hot. Because of Deltaroon, I've also been looking back to my days of being in the Undertale fandom. I wasn't like an active participant. I did do a lot of fan art. Some of it was published, but I wasn't like a super active member. Like I didn't do an AU or anything like that. To me, I'm not gonna diss AUs or fanfics or anything like that, but to me, for myself, I always thought if I'm going to create something, I want it to be 100% mine. I do get the appeal of fanfictions, though, don't get me wrong. And we did talk about it the other day, like the craziness that was the Undertale fandom back in the day. I don't know if, because I've been off of it for a really long time, but it's like, is the fandom still toxic or did it calm down? Because I remember at the time people were saying that the Undertale fandom was pretty toxic. And I don't know. I was a kid when it all went down, so I'm not sure of how toxic it was. Some things were a bit weird about the fandom. I'm not gonna lie about that. And I think we did get to the conclusion that it was very crazy. It was a very crazy fandom because it was a lot of people's first fandom. You know, I don't know. I still hear the the, the fandom regardless as toxic or at least kind of wild, but I think all fandoms have that part. Oh, they do. It's unfortunately like a very vocal part. It's always a very vocal part. I don't need that. Okay. It was pretty toxic from what I remember. It was weird because it was almost a clear distinction. One side was really cool and creative, and the other was wild, derogatory. Yes. Yeah. I mean, someone did create an entire AU. Well, I guess multiple around NSFW, so yeah. I've not interacted with Undertale fandom much, but my limited experience have been good. I see a lot of folks work together to figure out the mysteries. Remind me of Gravity Falls fandom days. Oh, you know, I think my real first fandom was Undertale, but Gravity Falls was probably one of the firsts as well. God, I love that show. It's a shame that Disney never brought it back. Because like they've been rebooting a lot of stuff, and despite everything, despite not seeming like it, it's been like what 10 years more since Gravity Falls. I feel like they could do some really cool stuff. I think, and Alex Hertz has been working on a lot of Gravity Falls stuff. Be pretty neat if he went back to the project. And I think it did say one time that if he could, he would go back to Gravity Falls. But I don't know. I mean, Disney is a lot different now. from what it was back then. Where did I miss something? Oh, here. To be completely honest, Undertale and Gravity Falls do give the same vibes. It's so weird because Alex Search was working with Disney for a long time recently, but I think it was just Book of Bill and the site. He's working at Netflix these days. Oh! Oh yeah, because he worked on the Inside Job show, didn't he? I loved that show too. They cancelled it and I got super sad. It was such a good show. Because it was Gravity Falls, but for adults. But yeah, while Gravity Falls has its own fandom problems, of course, it really is a good show. Yeah, it's like Undertale. Undertale also has fandom problems every now and then, but... I mean, what show doesn't? What's going on? What did I miss? I'm trying to use the enclose and fill tool, but it's not letting me for some reason. I probably missed like a part. Oh, there it is. Got it. I thought it... Okay, let's see now. Okay, there you go. Now I need to know what I missed in this one. Oh, there it is. I have like the close cap feature in its max, so I don't know what's up. Maybe it's because my my screen is not my screen. My canvas is very big. Maybe that's it. Because this is a 4K canvas. I feel like there's a lot of fan base overlap. Oh, probably. Probably. From what I've understood, there's probably also a lot of Homestuck overlap with Undertale, because I think Toby Fox used to make fan music for Homestuck. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what I've heard. There you go. Okay, so let's see the face now. Nope. This tool is very sensitive. Okay, what did I miss in the head? Maybe this pixel? Yeah, probably. Oh, you just sent me back saying saying Homestuck. Wow, I never got into it, but I knew a lot of its fans. A lot of fans. I never got into it either. And to be completely honest, I got a little bit I don't know, I got a little I didn't like it I didn't want to participate in it, nor explore Homestuck, because I was like, I heard the fans are very toxic and very... And I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to hear this story. So that's that's an instance where the fandom kind of pulled people away from the show, or in this case, comic/game. But yeah. I know he did music that wound up in the animation strip for Homestuck, but I don't know if he was a fan who was recognized and collaborated with later or what. Ah, okay. Oh, I thought it might have been a fan thing. He has also worked with GinjaNinjaOwO, which is an artist that made a comic called Cucumber Quest. They are pretty good too. I think I'm gonna paint her nails pink. That's very cute. Oh, hold on. It's fine. Toby Fox also did some of the music for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Oh my god, seriously? Oh, since Undertale, he's been doing really well. Did you do like battle songs and stuff? Or character themes? He's really good at character themes because they are kind of all interconnected. It's very nice. As someone who knows absolutely nothing about music, I can appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, he did music for a non-Pokemon Game Freak game called Little Town, I think. The game didn't do well, but they liked working with him, I guess. Little Town? Hold on, let me check it out. Game Freak... Little Town... Because that name is giving me, like, Earthbound vibes. Ah, it's called Little Town Hero. And, hey, it looks pretty cute. Yeah, a game like this with Toby Fox music sounds really fun. But I'm also seeing, like, screenshots where I see a little bit of the mechanics and they look kind of weird. Because it seems to be, like, turn-based, but not quite. No, it is, but it just has a weird UI, I guess. It did certain area themes, and yeah, lots of motifs in Scarlet and Violet. That's his thing, he loves to do motifs. I think that's part of the reason why Undertale is so popular. Well, why Undertale sounds so cohesive. It's because themes are repeated a lot. Right? Very charming visual style, but I heard it's overly complex. Yeah, I can't say much because I'm not a game developer. I kind of want to be one, but I'm not currently, so I don't know how much of this is actually just someone overlooking something. But yeah. Off topic, but I love watching the colors just fill in. The program I use for my art isn't able to do the masking and feel like that, so it's always so neat and new to watch others use it. Yeah, I use Clip Studio Paint. It was probably one of my best choices because I used to use Photoshop, but Photoshop isn't exactly made for it's made for photography. It's not made for illustration. So we kind of just have to work around it, right? But Clip Studio Paint basically has everything off the bat, and it's pretty neat. It also has this feature where it records time lapses automatically if you say that you want to make a time lapse. So it made my video making experience a lot easier, because I used to have to have a different window where I would like have the art duplicated and then it would be able to record. It was a whole mess. It was jumping a lot of hoops to get it to work. And now it's really easy. I just have to draw and then at the end say I want to export the time lapse, and that's basically it. So it was one of my best choices. My best changes, I guess. It has another thing, which is I can do... Hold on. Ah! Oh, what a shame. It's so weird. Why did it do that? Hold on. I'm gonna expand by 1 and then invert and invert. Now I'm gonna fill in the rest. Sometimes it does that. I don't know why. Okay, there you go. Now I can do this. I turn off the line art and you see that there's a lot of gray. So I just go here and I have a tool where I can just make the colors bleed more, and so it fills the entire thing, which is pretty neat. You're right about Photoshop. I use Paint Tool Sai right now, but I'll have to look into Clip Studio Paint. I love the idea of the recording feature. Yeah, and Clip Studio Paint, if you go with the more basic one, is not that expensive. It's like, if you want, it's like 50 euros, one-time purchase. You also have, if you want to do on tablet, it's a bit different. You have to pay monthly, but if you want to do just regular, because, for example, I use Clip Studio Paint EX, I think it's the name. And that's because I do a lot of comics and animation and stuff like that. But if you just want to do like general illustration, the normal, like the cheaper one, it's totally usable. Oh, I need to a little bit more. Okay. So now that removing the line feature seems super helpful. It is super helpful. They also have a really nice what's it called? Like asset store, and a lot of free assets there that are super worth it. Thanks for advice. I'll look into it. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope I helped. Oh, I guess you can see the assets. These are my assets. I have quite a bit, because you do get into the assets library, and you kind of just want to try everything. They have a lot of brushes, they have a lot of patterns, free patterns. It's very nice. Now I'm gonna do the rainbow here. There we go. And now, before I forget, I need to actually pick up something from here, which is sparkly butter. And now this invert and take away the necessary. Oh, I deleted the... Oh. Okay. Let's try again. Boom. Okay, done. Now the question is if I want to keep it like this or if I want to do a bit more detailed art for the sprites. So the thing is, if I go with a more detailed art, it will take longer, but it will look nicer. I don't know. Maybe I'll add some gradients and see how I feel about it. Oh, I think I'll just use this and then soft lights. Yes, that's great. Gradient's gonna make a huge difference. It's my experience, at least. Okay. I think I'll go with without shading. And then if I want add shading, I can for like a future video or something like that. For this one, I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple. That way I can make more than just one sprite this entire stream. Let's see. There we go. So now what I usually do is I just color part of the line. So for example, I'll color the ink, this part of her hair, because it's ink and it's magical. But I'll keep like most of the outlines in black and then the insides in the color of the thing. So for example, in this one, I'll darken it and color this. There we go. For the eyebrows as well. And then color a little bit here to look like the eyelashes. And I usually color the eyelashes in the same color as the hair. It looks softer, doesn't it? Okay, so get a curve for a pretty simple process, thankfully. The part of coloring the lines anyway. I love the soft look of this. Thank you! When I do shading, it looks even better, but it's like I mentioned before, I kinda want to do multiple sprites. And I can always just come back to this file and add new stuff, if I so feel like it. Like the bit of yellowish warmth in the hair at the top. Chef's kiss. Oh, thank you! I've been testing this out lately, like this method of coloring, and I've been enjoying it a lot. So I think I'll keep this as it is right now. I think I'll need to use this as a reference for the other sprites though. There we go. Look at that. It's very cute. Let me export PNG. My files. Let me see. Let me see if the thing captured it. We should be fine. Okay, so let's see. Just need to do like a new folder for Sprite. Okay. On to the next one. Which one do you guys want to do? I'm gonna give you guys the choice of which one you guys want me to do next. So, let's see. There's love. I'm gonna do a poll. Another poll. Which sprite I work on? There's love. There's thinking, nervous, and neutral. So, this is love. This is thinking. She kind of thinks a little about the subject. Then there's nervous. I like this one because she holds her glasses like, okay, I guess I need to explain this. So there's nervous, and then there's neutral. The neutral is the normal speaking one. So again, neutral, nervous, thinking, and love. This one is actually based on a an icon. No, a screenshot from Cardcaptor Sakura. I remember that. So I'll let this in here, and now we can talk a little bit. While I wait for people to vote. A lot of stuff happened in the world, but that's not particularly a great subject to have on a stream like mine. Because it is a bit, it is unfortunately a bit sad. I've been watching this podcast that I really like. It's become kind of like tradition for me to, at around 2 p.m. to watch it, because they do a new episode every day at 8 p.m. It is a radio show that they then put on YouTube. It's called Extremamente Desagradável, which means extremely wait, how do you say desagradável? I don't know, it could be like extremely uncalled for or extremely unpleasant. Yeah, extremely unpleasant. And it's basically about this group of women that just chat around about different subjects. Regarding Portuguese stuff. So it's usually about either Portuguese famous people, celebrities, people in politics, or it can also be about Portuguese influencers, which is pretty interesting for me to see because I actually don't know basically anything about Portuguese influencers. I do watch most of my stuff in English, and most of the people I watch are either from Britain or American, though to be honest, they're probably mostly American. So, it is very interesting to see what goes on with like Portuguese influencers, and they're also very funny. Okay, so here's the thing. I need one more vote so that we can see which one wins, if it's love or thinking. I'd need at least one more vote as a tiebreaker. Hi Sheepy! Hi Perrine, your art is cute. This is the first time I watched you and I really like your style of art. Thank you! Hi Scott's art! Hi, I love your art. Recently discovered your channel, subscribed, love the drawing as well. Thank you so much! Yeah. I've been streaming a lot lately. Like, I've been trying to stream a lot. I streamed, not yesterday, but the day before, and then Friday as well, and then I streamed on Monday, last Monday as well. I've been doing my best to stay as active as I can, especially considering that I have a lot of work. I am really, like, basically buried in work. But, let's see. So, I didn't think we would tie. I didn't think we would tie. Guess I'm gonna do another. Well, no, it doesn't matter if I make another one because the others didn't get picked. I think I'll just pick the one I like more from these two. So we're gonna go with Thinking, because I really love that one. Because she really looks really, really cute. So let's go with that one. Where it is? Here. Thinking. Coin flip? No, I just picked it. Thinking. Oops, I locked it. Boom. I also started to do this thing where, I don't know if you guys can see it, because it is a textured brush. If you go really close, you can see that it's completely pixelated. That's because I really like the feel of it. I think it gives the lines a very gritty feel. And I love that. But it's also a lot easier to color with. Or sometimes you get these weird empty pixels in the middle. But it also gives a certain personality to it, so. Can I ask what app you use to draw? Sorry, my English is bad, so I hope you can understand. Or, no, it's totally fine. To be honest, well, English isn't my first language either, so I completely understand. And, yeah, I use Clip Studio Paint. I think the one I use is Clip Studio Paint EX. And yeah, I've been using it for less than a year now, but I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I was actually talking about it a while back in this stream, actually, where I basically said that Clip Studio Paint is an incredible software, especially comparing with Photoshop. I really like Clip Studio Paint. Hello, Fuzzy Kitten, welcome! This pose is super cute, and it's so cool how the pixel brush gives your online art pencil look. Yeah, because it actually... Okay, when I got the assets, it didn't look like this, actually. It looked sort of like this. Can you see? It's very blurry. It still has the feel, but it's very blurry. And I didn't like it. And even the one with less blurriness, it's still very blurry. So I ended up just taking the blurriness at all. So it has no anti-alias. And I just figured that's how I like to draw. Oh, there's a pencil brush. It's actually an inking brush, I think. But to be fair, I don't put the pencil brushes in the pencil folder. I still put them in the inking folder. Not super smart of me, because I cannot tell you what it actually is, because the name is in Japanese, but, you know, still works. I could give you guys the name of the brush, but I don't know how to look for it now. I haven't been watching Kimito Idol Precure in a while, because I skipped an episode, and for some reason I just kind of lost interest because of that. I have no idea how that happened, but yeah. And basically, I haven't seen that anime in a while, but I've seen others. One that I've been watching this basically religiously for the last few weeks has been the Apothecary Diaries. I really love that anime. I think a lot of people like Mao. I really like the characterization of Mao. I think the creator did a good job. I think it's a woman, that's why it's so well written. They do tease us a lot with Jinchi's and Mao's relationship, which is... and I've learned this the other day. That's because, first, the author doesn't really want to write romance, which is totally valid. But also, they hate Jinchi, and I was like really surprised, because I didn't think a character you hated could become like a main character in the way Jinchi became, but yeah. I've only seen a couple of episodes of Apothecary Diaries, but I love it. Yes, it's so good. I absolutely love it, because it is a mystery. It is slice of life. It's a slice of life mystery, basically, which I love. I've been watching the second season because they released it. They've been releasing it for the past 28 weeks or so. I understand. It is... I gotta say, I kind of prefer to watch the Apothecary Diaries all in one go, because it is a very bingeable series. It is, however, it is very bingeable, and I love it. It is torture to have to wait for the next episode, if I'm completely honest. Right now, I've been super into Laid Back Camp and also Dinosaur Sanctuary, though I've only read the manga for both. And I'm not sure right now if Dinosaur Sanctuary has an anime, actually. I've never heard of Dinosaur Sanctuary, but I love Laid Back Camp. For a long time, it was actually one of my favorite animes. My first anime figurine is of Nadeshko, because I really, really loved the show. And they came out with a third season a while back. And for the love of me, I cannot get into it. I don't know why. I think it's because I kind of changed as a person since I watched the show for the first time. Because when I watched the show for the first time, I kind of needed to chill. Because I was very anxious almost all the time. And now I'm not anymore. And I think that's why. Because Laid Back Camp is very, as the name says, laid back. Regardless, it's a really fun series. I do also recommend that as well. The anime is pretty neat. I haven't read the manga though, so I can't tell if it's better or worse, but it's really neat. And since we're talking about Laid Back Camp, let's talk about have you guys watched Sweetness and Lightning? It's really sweet. It's this story about a professor that has lost his wife recently, and he has a little daughter, and all he wants is to give his daughter meals that she could enjoy. And so he starts to learn how to cook in an... It's like a restaurant, but there's no clients because the owner of the restaurant kind of works at the TV, so the restaurant kind of just sits there. The teacher is a teacher of the daughter, and so they kind of join the daughter of the owner of the restaurant, and she learns how to cook with them. And so they create this like very neat bond. They create this like little happy-ish family. It's a very neat and emotional series. I really enjoyed it. It's one of those series that I kind of want to rewatch because it was really good. It's very cute and silly, and then it kind of hits you in the gut with the emotional parts as well. Never watched the show. I read the manga though, and the idea is cute, but I couldn't get invested in Kutori. The other mains are cute though. I'm gonna be honest. The girl is very forgettable. Yes, but I think the other characters make up for it. In the show, they didn't go into why she's so afraid of knives. Did they go into it with the manga? Because it always struck me as really kind of weird. Because she's like unbearably afraid of them. The manga did go in a kind of weird direction with the very end. Oh, I heard that. They kind of... yeah, because in the beginning they were like, oh, we can't join the girl with the teacher romantically because obviously we can't. And I think in the end they were like, oh, let's just join them now that she's an adult. That's kind of weird, but okay. But sometimes when you watch anime, you kind of just have to accept it, I guess. You just have to ignore it. Is that the one where the girl has fluffy blonde hair? Yes, that's Sumugi. She's a sweetheart. the other one I really liked, and I'm pretty sure no one knows, is Maiko Sanshi no Makanai-san, or Kyu in Kyoto, which is one of my very favorite animes. And yeah, that was a bummer. I love that the manga had recipes in every chapter, though. Oh, that's so nice. A lot of gourmet manga do that. And then I started watching it. It was cute. But yeah, as I was saying, Kyu from Kyoto is also a pretty nice series. I actually found it by complete accident when I was just watching TV. I was watching NHK because Kyu from in Kyoto is a manga made by NHK to show people the culture of Maikos. So it has a manga, but the anime adaptation was made by NHK. It's quite literally slices of life. Each episode has like 3 mini episodes inside, where you have Kyo, who is a girl that wanted to be a Maiko, but ultimately they decided that she didn't have what it takes to become one. And so, because the woman that made the food there got sick, Kyo started making the food at the Maikano, at the Maiko house. So, yeah, and they didn't go alone. Kyo went with her best friend, Sumire, and to me, like the way I look at things, I don't know if there is any romantic interest in Kyo's side. There definitely is romantic interest on Sumire's part. Almost definitely. That's how I read it anyway. But yeah, basically it's a story of a girl that couldn't become a Maiko and a girl that is said to probably become a one in a century Maiko. So basically you have 2 friends, one that was able to do well, to just realize her wish, and one that could not because she didn't have what it takes. And so you'd think there would be a lot of jealousy in the story, but there isn't a single drop of jealousy from Kyo. It is, at its core, a story about 2 girls who are the very best friends, and they just want to be there to support each other. It's very nice. It's very cozy. I love it. Hi Dazai, welcome. So we're drawing sprites for my video. For my Drawing Your OCs video. I'm almost done with it. I just need these sprites ready. It is a pleasant watch. I really love it. I've seen it and re-seen it so many times. I almost know the story by heart. It's a really nice story as well. It is kinda the type of story that not everyone is going to like. Only if you like the slower type of anime, because it is very slow. And technically nothing happens. What you see is like a year of their lives as Sumire becomes a Maiko, and as Kyo just stays Kyo and does her best to help everyone in the house. It's very nice. It's a very nice show. One of my favorites to this day. Oh, looking it up, the manga covers are beautiful. The anime has lovely style too. Yeah, the anime, just so you know, the anime uses 3D models. Some things are drawn, some things are 3D models. Technically speaking, it's not 100%, because it was made in that weird phase of 3D anime where it was not quite there yet, but it's still a very interesting watch. You'll only notice that these are 3D models a few times during the show. I don't know why, but it makes me think of Natsume's Book of Friends. Oh, let me see that. I don't know that one in particular. Natsume's Book of Friends. Ah, it does give the vibe. Oh, I need to watch that. Looks really cute. And it seems to have a lot of yokai elements, maybe? It does. Oh my god, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. I love yokais. So nice. I need to check it out. After the stream, I'll probably need to, I'm gonna end the stream and I'm still going to have to work on drawings. Not on these ones particularly, but some that I need for college. It's like the best healing anime I've ever seen. Oh, okay, I gotta see it then. I love healing animes. I know that some people are like, well, those are the worst because they're super boring and everything. And I'm like, well, sometimes they're not. First of all, they're not boring. Second of all, they're, sometimes you kind of need to learn how to slow down. The other day, I went and watched, a John Wick movie, on cinema. And it was fine. I kind of liked it. It's just not my type of movie because it's a lot of action, and I think they kind of gloss over emotional moments because they want action and that's it. A bit of a waste of potential in my opinion, but yeah. It's kind of like Mushishi, if you've seen that. I haven't seen it. I've heard of it though. I've heard it's very good. Like a really good anime, very cozy. But I've also heard that Mushishi is also pretty depressing. Because I want the animes to be healing animes, but not like depressing animes, you know what I mean? Because I think that healing anime sometimes kind of goes that route where they end up doing something very depressing. Which is like, I want this anime to be healing, I don't want it to be depressing. There's like a show I've seen a while back. It was called Samurai Gourmet, and I really, really love that show. It's basically about this guy, and it's based on a gourmet anime, which is very similar to the healing anime type of thing. So it's a gourmet manga, and I don't know if that it has an anime, but it has a live action series, and I really like it because it's about this old guy that just retired, and the guy, I don't know what's up in Japan, but they really seem like they don't know what they're going to do after they retire, because the guy was like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, maybe I can go here or I can go here. And it's basically just him going around, and then he needs to have lunch, and then every episode he has a problem, and then during lunch he's able to resolve the problem because he kind of hallucinates a samurai, and the samurai just kind of does whatever he actually wants to do, and that gives him strength to actually do what he wants to do. It's one of the weirder series, definitely, but it's a very enjoyable watch. I've seen that one ages ago, like years ago. I think it's on Netflix. It's probably still on Netflix, I hope. Because it's a really nice show. Okay. Let's see. I think I've inked everything. Yes, I have. Okay, so now let's just fill in the gray parts so that I can start adding the colors. Mm. I think this time is gonna be easy. Let's see. Okay. Maybe not. Let's see. Where did I miss it? Here? I think that's it. Oh, maybe here. Okay, let's see. I have the gap thing on max. This is really sensitive. Wow, okay. Let's see more carefully. Oh, there it is. So weird. Let's try it now. If I can do it, maybe I'll just use the selection. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Now onto coloring. I noticed that the bucket tool itself is not as sensitive, which is good. It's nice. Makes my life a lot easier. Your live streams are the best podcast for drawing. I listening to you talk, and when I'm done drawing, I can always look at the art you are doing. Oh, thank you. These streams are basically that. It's just a stream to put on the background, and then we can kind of... We're basically just drawing together. Add it retroactively. Okay. Very good productivity stream. Thank you. Thank God coloring is so easy on Clip Studio Paint, because it's a whole lot faster than it was when I was using Photoshop, I can tell you that. Bucket tool there was pretty bad. Oops. And to me, it's like I've been saying this for a while. I'm trying my best to divorce Adobe because the things are a bit too expensive. They definitely charge more than I think they should, and I don't know, programs like I guess I can use Blender just because it's an open source and it's a really good program. Like, those programs are free and they are pretty good. Sure, they still have some things they need to iron out, but I mean, they're free, so who am I to complain, you know? thought about doing a stream with Blender, because I do 3D models as well, but I ended up not doing it because my computer can barely handle Clip Studio Paint. I don't know if Clip Studio Paint and streaming and VTube Studio at the same time. I don't know how it would work. It's what time is it over there? It's 5:49 p.m. It's right on top of the chat. It's still pretty early. I hate the monthly subscription thing that Adobe does. Whatever happened to buy and actually own it forever? Yeah, I think Adobe has gotten kind of exploitative. Like, their programs have such recognizability that they've gone wild with pricing. They have. I paid 400 euros, more than 400 euros for the Adobe Cloud, for a year of the Adobe Cloud. That's crazy. Sure, you have like the updates and stuff, and the worst part is that I do use a lot of Adobe programs. Like, I stopped using Photoshop mostly anyway, but I still use Illustrator. I still use Premiere Pro for my video editing. I'm gonna have to switch it real soon. I still use Adobe InDesign for my college work. Like, I still use Adobe quite a bit, and I also use After Effects, because I use it for my videos, but I also use it because it's important for my classes as well. For some reason, I don't know what, I didn't get the student discount. They kind of revoked that, and I'm not sure if that's. I didn't knew this. I think you're supposed to renew it every year, despite you telling the machine when this. It's complicated. I don't know. Regardless, I didn't like the fact that I would have to pay more than 400 euros if I wanted to keep this up after college, you know? It's hard because they basically have a monopoly on some of these things, or at least it sure feels that way. Yes, absolutely. There's like a few programs that have been used to compete with Adobe. So Clip Studio Paint is one of them. Affinity Designer is another one. And then there's like a few programs of editing. I need to look up like free editing programs, or at least ones that you buy once and that's all. Because right now I'm paying monthly for Clip Studio Paint until my subscription with Adobe stops. Because after that, I can use the money that I would use for Adobe to pay for Clip Studio Paint. So it would be like at that time I'm gonna buy Clip Studio Paint, and then I'm not gonna have to pay for it monthly. You know what I mean? Because to me that's like the best thing you can do, right? Because you own the thing. But yeah, until it's done, I guess I just have to deal with it. Regardless, a bit annoying, I think, the way companies, software companies are working. I think Adobe opened a really bad precedent. So basically, every program now is monthly subscription based, which sucks. Oh, 100% a one-time payment is the ideal, yes. Because it's like, well, then if you want to get like upgrades, then you can just pay for the upgrades, you know? You can pay like a little extra for the upgrades. Instead of buying the entire thing, you just have to pay a little extra if you want the upgrade. Like this, you just never own the program. It's really annoying. And I think the first one to do this was probably Adobe, and it did set a really bad precedent. Because, for example, there might be other programs that are really good and that can compete with Adobe, but to me, if you still pay a monthly subscription, I just would have preferred to stay with Adobe. So yeah, for me, the ideal is really just pay for it once and it's yours. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the other programs, because like animation programs are so expensive, so needlessly expensive. Like Maya is I think Maya is like 1,000 something euros per year. And they know they can do this type of pricing because they know it's about people's jobs. And we kind of have to pay for it because we need it, because it's a work tool. That sucks. Because we really, unfortunately, don't have that much of a choice. That's awful, my god. It really limits the craft by creating a barrier to entry. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you right now, if Blender didn't exist, I would have stopped doing 3D a really long time ago, because I cannot. Because they do have they have prices for students, but it's not nearly enough of a disc, because it's a price for students which is free, but then once you start to receive money for your work, it's like, I don't want to be that person, but 1,000 euros, most of your payment goes there, you know. Mia, welcome. Yeah, most of the payments you get for your work then goes back into your programs, and you basically don't do much money at all because of that. That's why I like Blender. It's free. It's free and it's a good program. Have you guys seen Flow? Flow was the first 100% made in Blender movie that won an Oscar. So you don't need to tell me that you need fancy tools to do something amazing. That movie proves it's not like that. I kind of wonder where all the money that they make goes towards, because programs, like paid programs like that, barely change. Have you noticed that? They barely changed. Ever since Adobe bought they bought Substance Painter, from what I've heard, they basically have changed very little. And to see that so badly, I did not know it was done in that program. Awesome. Yes, it was. And it's amazing. I saw it on in the cinemas. It was really cool. I really liked it. Um just so you know, it has absolutely 0 lines of dialogue, but it's really nice. Oh, I forgot to splat. Hold on. I'm gonna finish this one first and color this part, then I'll color her eyes, and then oh, I need to color this part. Oh well, I'll finish coloring the lines and then I'll add the splatter on her face. I have an art block. I came here to bring back the passion. The best way to get it back. Oh, thank you so much. Art block is part of the process. It's always happening to me. Sometimes you just need to rest a bit from art in general. It's part of the journey, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna add the splatter thing. Um. Oh. Okay, got it. There you go. Bird. Oh. Oh, and I need to color that part as well. And then I'm done with this one. There you go. The next one is done. So we've done 2 so far. Let me save this one as well. Oop. Yep. Yep. And now, because love was the other one chosen, let's work on that one. Actually, let me see. Lovely. Oh, thank you, Rascal. Actually, let me see how the stream's going. How long we've been going through for. Can you do a shading tutorial video? I wouldn't know what to say, but I can look into it. I can look into it. I've been thinking about opening memberships for the channel, and one of the things that I was thinking about giving as a reward were like tutorial cheat sheets. But I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. I think before I do that, I need to get a few things pre-made so that when people adhere to the membership, they don't have to wait for new things to be added. But yeah. I've got to head out because I've got work to do. But it was good to be here, and I hope to catch the next one. Thank you. Hopefully we'll be streaming on Friday. It's going to be game related. We're gonna play Deltaroon Chapter 2. But yeah, hopefully, if you want, you can check it out as well. It was really nice to have you. I think we can go on for a little longer. But then I also have to head out. What did you do when you were a beginner at art? I looked up, I'm not gonna lie, I looked up at a lot of tutorials. I always wanted to see like how things were supposed to be done. Of course, tutorials are super cool, and but you don't really, that's not where your focus should be per se. I think if you want my advice, studying the real world, despite being kind of boring, I know, needs to be done. The earlier you do this, the better. Just, you know, make sure to never lose that little spark you have of creativity. Try to make the experience of learning fun. I also, I don't know, I feel like as a beginner, it's easy to get frustrated by how your drawings don't look like you want them to. You have to realize that that's all part of the process, and eventually, if you keep training, you'll get better. You just have to keep at it. I also gotta head out. Had a great time. Thank you, Rascal. Hope to see you next time as well. Thank you. And, I've been drawing for 10 years. Just come across this live, love your art style. Thank you so much. So, like I was saying, I've been drawing for 10 years for real. I've been drawing since forever, but for real, I've been drawing for 10 years. And I want to make a retrospective video about it where I redraw old art. It's, I think a lot of people think that art is easy. It is not. It takes a lot of work. It's not always fun. Sometimes you'll have to draw and you don't want to draw. If you want to get better, there are times where that's gonna happen. I'm gonna say try to have fun as much as you can. And if you see that this is not for you, that's totally fine. Regardless, I do think that the more time you spend drawing, the better you get. They usually say that the first 10,000 hours of any activity you are pretty terrible at, and after that, you get pretty good. So just, you know, do your best to do those 10,000 hours before you get really good at it. And not lose hope, because everyone starts pretty bad. I did start pretty bad as well, and now I'm here, so it's fine. Let's see. What is like doing burnout, but still the art is good? Thank you, I guess. It's not exactly a burnout, it's just, I want to draw, I don't exactly know how I want to draw. It's a bit of a more... It's not a... I'm gonna say it's not a beginner problem, I'll tell you that. As a fellow artist, I highly agree. Thank you. And also, at least to me, art is also like a discovery of... I don't know, art is, for me, it's a reflection of who I am. So, I just kinda... I don't know, the art grows with you, I think. That's why I usually don't throw out my old drawings. Like, I still have all my sketchbooks. Because I love to look back and see how much I've grown and how much my style has changed. You can really tell about my life experience, you know, with that. With those drawings. So it's something I never want to throw out. I did throw out a lot of schoolwork, art schoolwork a few weeks back, but yeah. But those I don't count because, look, when you spend 7 years in art schools, high school, college, stuff like that, you get a lot of paper, like a lot of paper. Too much paper. It gathers so much dust. I had to get rid of some of them, you know? It's a pain, but it had to be done. What are your other projects? So, I have a few projects going around. Cryptid Lake is a webcomic I have. I have the link in it in the description. It is currently in an indefinite hiatus, though. Then I have my Wishlings project, which I've shown quite a bit in my channel. It's my Magical Girls story. I don't know what to do with it. And then I have Bunny Face, which is the project I'm most actively working on. And right now, I kind of want to make a game out of it, but I'm still thinking about it, so yeah. What brush do you use? Oh... So, I don't know how to tell you the name, because it is in Japanese, so I don't know which one it is. I guess I can try and see if I can see it in the thingy, my assets thingy. Oh my gosh, why I'm just now finding out you have a V model. It's so cute. Oh my god, thank you. I drew it and rigged it myself. It was a bit of a pain, but it took a really long time, but it was really fun. Let's see. Is it this one? Ah, it's this one. Oh, lost it. This one. Let me see if I can open it. Can I open it? Yes, there was a Mahou Shoujo story mentioned. I don't know what to do with them yet. It's so frustrating. This is the name. Let me see if I can... I'm gonna take the time to go to the Clip Studio asset store to leave you the link in the comments. Let's see. If I type the name, it should appear. Ah, there it is. It's a textured pen. Textured pen. It's really nice. I'm gonna leave you the link in the chat. On. There you go. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, projects? Are you going to turn it to animated series or not? Probably not animated series, because it does take a lot of people to make. I've been very interested in game design for a while now, so I might make something for that, but no promises. Good luck for Will with the story. I'm definitely gonna look out for that one. Thank you! I want to make like a video where I redesign the characters, but I can't in good faith make a redesign video without knowing where I want to go with it. But yeah, sometimes people are like, oh, you haven't talked about your magical girls in a long time. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't know what to do with them. Trust me, I'm thinking about them constantly. I just don't know what to do. Oh, I went overboard. Okay. What stories inspired your projects? So, it depends on the project. I can tell you like a few of my big references, or I can tell you about the reference of my current project, which is Bunny Face. Bunny Face is very inspired by Little Nightmares. It's inspired by Yumawari. It's inspired by Over the Garden Wall. And Penny Face also has inspirations from Girl from the Other Side. Those are like the big inspirations for that project. Cryptid Lake was based on ghost hunting shows, Gravity Falls, and things of that sort, like shows about cryptids and stuff like that. My Magical Girl show, I'm still thinking. There was a time where I was like, oh, I can base it on, well, I can give it like a Ruby vibe, I can give it like a ZZZ vibe, I can give it a Bee and Puppy Cat vibe. I've been playing around with that one. Creating OCs is all fun and games till you remember you actually have to think up of a story for them. Well, in my case. Yeah, you know, I love telling stories, so that's not really the problem. It's just a problem of I need to find a story that I am confident that I can keep up with for a really long time without being bored. Because I really, really love my Magical Girl characters because they are very well-rounded. So it's a waste for me to not do anything with them, but I just don't know what to do with them right now. Video ideas, make characters based on pastry splashes like. I don't know when I'm gonna do other character design videos, as in turning things into other things type videos. I'm thinking about new things that I could do for my content, but I'll definitely go back to it every now and then, yes. What's your favorite Magical Girl franchise? Franchise. I like Madoka. But I don't think I would say it was my favorite. Precure is too recent for me to say it was my favorite as well. Maybe Ojamajo Doremi, just because it's a childhood anime that I used to watch. Yeah, maybe Ojamajo Doremi or Sailor Moon. One of the two. Yeah. What is the story and plots of your story? And is it going to be a graphic novel or not? It depends on which one you're talking about. Cryptid Lake was a webcomic. It is currently on Aihidas. And it's about two sisters. They go to a summer camp and they explore all the cryptids and mysteries inside that summer camp. And that's basically the story. It's very inspired on Gravity Falls. Let me just pin the brush. I'm gonna pin the message of the brush. Okay. So if you guys are curious about the brush is in the pinned comment. Ojamajo, same. Yes. Cardcaptor Sakura on top. I can also agree with that. I didn't watch, but the thing is, I didn't watch Cardcaptor Sakura when I was a kid, so it doesn't have the same punch Ojamajo Doremi has. Your art for real reminds me of Precure. Yeah, I can see it. It's totally natural. My art is very influenced by Shoujo and by Magical Girl series. Sometimes I kind of want to stray away from it, but my hand is just... My hand loves this type of stuff, so I guess I'll just keep doing it. One thing that I don't think a lot of people expect is, and I think that's mostly my problem with my art style, is that at some point you kind of have to do art for other people. And so you will have to start thinking about how you can change your art style to please other people. Please people in the industry, which kind of sucks. But I also think it's more of like, I don't know if it's that important. It's just that in my head it is very important. Sometimes I feel the need that I have to change the way I draw. I don't know. It's kind of... I don't know. I think at some point everyone feels it. Is your project Boniface going to be about main characters going on adventures and discovering the secrets of their family? Kinda. I do have a video about the main characters if you want to see. I can link it. I can link it if you want. It's kind of old, but it still holds up mostly.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry. Was the video? It still holds up mostly, the video. I didn't change much about the characters. I changed a little bit about the story, but not the characters. But yeah, you have that, if you're super curious about it. It's, I'm still, like, trying to figure out a few things. Because, I would love to turn, Boniface into an RPG. So I kind of have to change a few things for it to fit quite nicely. But yeah. Oops. Okay, so we've been listening to Undertale music for a really long time. I think I'm gonna change it to Ace Attorney now. Hold on. Okay, so we can have a little bit of change of pace. One day I'd love to stream playing Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney is one of my favorite games. Make new character for your project Boniface based on concept combining with animals. You know, that fits better than you would think. A lot of people are still streaming Secrets of the Mimic, but I can't wait for people to start theorizing. I did watch a theorizing stream yesterday. They came up with a theory that I'm a bit... I don't know what to say about it, honestly. Because they were like, oh, I don't like it, but I believe it's real. And if it's real, I'm like, I don't know if I like it. Like, I don't have an opinion on it quite yet. So basically the theory was that both the crying child and Gregory were supposed to mimic David, which is Edwin's son. Because the three of them look all very much alike, and they live very similar lives as well. They, especially David and the crying child, they have very similar toys, they have very similar types of family. It's like a lot of similarities. But yeah. And I saw that and I was like, the way the stream was like 4 hours, it was very long. And I was like, okay, well, it makes sense. But narratively, it changes so much of the story that I don't know if anyone would like it. I just watched the Bunny Project video and I just want to say what I would give to protect this adorable funny family. And Ghost, I will protect them from praise. Oh my god, thank you. To me, I think I've created many stories before and after this one, but those characters to me are like, I don't know, they're so dear to me. And I don't know why I like them so much, but they are super dear to me. So much so that they are like basically my babies. I usually call them, oh, my babies, you know? Also, I thought the paintbrush part of your OC's ponytail looks like an Eevee's tail. It does. Actually, the part, this brush part is actually supposed to look like, have you seen Epic Mickey? Like the game, Epic Mickey? Or Kirby? Kirby has an artist enemy as well. It's based on that, but yeah, I can see how it looks like an Eevee tail as well. When I designed her, I wanted her hair to be super wild. Like, I wanted her to have a very distinct silhouette. So, in the game, and my model, if you guys want to know, my model has a hat. I just don't like to put it on. It is, however, a part of her design, canonically. She just doesn't use her hat all that much. I can put it back on if you guys want, but it will cover most of the chat, so probably not. Yeah. So once more. And I think I'm gonna finish this one, and then I'll finish the stream, because we've been streaming for a while, and I would go for longer, but I do need to work on other stuff. I do need to do drawings, but they're for college, so I don't particularly want to share them on here. Maybe once they're finished and graded, but not right now. Okay, this time I got almost everything. Let's see, what did I miss? The bad part about this brush is that because it's so textured, sometimes it's a bit hard to... Oh, hold on. It's a bit hard to see what's connected and what's not. And it hurts. Need to do a presentation as well. I'm not done with it yet. I'm almost done, but I'm not done yet. Which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. After searching up games, I've realized how much I miss my Nintendo phase. Oh, I'm currently in my Nintendo phase. Are you going to ask your friends to help with your projects? Only if I really have to. I'm okay with help, of course. I do kinda prefer to do these types of projects alone, but it depends. It depends on what they're going to help with and stuff like that. If they are interested in it or not as well. Because believe it or not, most of my friends don't actually want anything to do with game design or anything like that. I do have a few people who do, and they have already said that they would be able to help me if I wanted. And I'm very glad, obviously. So I know that if I really need, I have help. It's just that I want to see how much I can do myself, by myself as well. Used to have a bunch of games with these limited edition Splatoon controllers until my baby siblings broke them. Oh, the pain! Oh my god, seriously? Oh. And those are expensive too. Jeez. That's really unlucky. But at the same time, it's like they're babies, so you really can't be mad, can you? Oh. You're able to save on controller? The problem is that the Switch controllers are so expensive as well. They're like 30 euros, which I guess it's normal for a controller, but still. So the inflation is crazy. I remember when most of my games would only be about 20 euros, and now you have to pay. Cause I remember buying Just Dance for 20 euros, and now if you want to play Just Dance, you have to pay like 50 euros, almost 50 euros. I miss the days. I miss those days. I need to find my pattern again. Maybe I have too much stuff here. Oh, there you are. Okay. Oop, there you go. What do I need more? Ah, the blush. I think we're almost done. And then I'll have to finish the stream because I have a lot of stuff to do. To be completely frank with you, I am taking a few risks by streaming this long because I do have a lot of stuff to do. It's gonna be fine. I kind of also need an excuse to work on this, because then I can't justify it. Switching back on, sorry for being late for the stream when I'm sad that you are leaving the stream. Oh, that's, you know, I can't stay here forever, unfortunately. I'm also kind of tired, so. Switching back and forth because I decided to torture myself by watching 2 live streams at once. What I miss? Basically nothing. I basically just said that in a little bit we'll be finishing up. Once I finish destroying, I'll finish the stream. Because I have a ton of stuff to do. But that's basically it. You basically didn't miss anything. It was a really fun stream though, and it was very productive. I didn't expect it to be this productive. Especially because I usually, when I do streams, I actually work a lot slower. But this time I worked basically the same amount. As I usually do, like speed-wise. Oh, I can't stay for that long. I'm sorry. I really can't. I draw an artist draws semi-peak style lines. It's like, mwah! Thank you. I do it mostly because I actually have a very heavy hand, and if I do thin lines, I usually press really hard, and when I draw I end up hurting my hand, so I kind of just do this for me to not get hurt, essentially. When I draw thin or small lines, I can never erase the little details well. The little details well, so it's a struggle. Oh, I can see it. Yes, I can see it. I am a type of artist that likes to streamline as much as I can, so end up having to think consciously, how much detail do I really want to add, and does it make that much of a difference? And we're done. Oh, wait, I actually forgot those two. And we're done. I'm gonna finish up for today. It was really nice having you all. It was really, really nice having you all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have to go because I have a lot of stuff to do. I'm also pretty tired. It's also super, super hot in here, so I'm gonna go take like a cold shower to get more comfortable. And yeah. So to recapitulate, just summarize everything. Stream, probably next stream, probably on Friday. It's going to be Deltaroon. We're gonna play Deltaroon Chapter 2. Not everything, probably, but we'll start it. Also, I can't promise a stream next week, because next week is going to be extremely busy for me. And I'm almost done with the Drawing Your OCs video. I just need to finish up a few assets and finish up the editing. Otherwise, it's basically done. So, I can't promise a date on when it's going to be released, but it's going to be released pretty soon. I also have a challenge going on where you can submit a character. You can go to my community tab. There's a post there where I ask, it's the 6-pound art challenge. You can put in the character that you want me to draw. If I know the character and I like the character, I'll add it to like a poll, and then you guys choose which character I draw for the first slot. And that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much, Dazai. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. And if I can do another stream on Friday and Saturday, I will do one on Friday. It's going to be... well, I can't promise. I'm going to try to do one on Friday. Oh, the points, I shut it off. It doesn't work anymore. I shut it off because I think it was too much work for something that was not working that much. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye! Thank you!